63. Learn English with Robert Downey Jr. How he got his role for Iron Man. Now, in the first clip, Robert Downey Jr. talks about his mindset when he auditioned for the role of Iron Man and what it took for him to land that role. Mindset, someone's general attitude and how they think about things and make decisions. To land, if you land a job contract, you manage to get it. Now, this second clip on Ellen is more lighthearted and relaxed, and he talks about his children. You really single-handedly made the Iron Man movies, of course, single-handedly. We say someone did something single-handedly when they did most of the job, or at least the most significant part of it. Howard says this because at this point you can't think of anyone else playing Iron Man. Would you be upset if they ever replace you as Tony Stark and Iron Man? Or do you have an exit strategy in any of this? We also say this in a non-literal way. When you talk about an exit strategy, you mean a plan as to stop being involved in something in a way that causes no damage or problems. Let me backtrack and just say that if you asked me in 2008, 9, 10 how I felt about it, I would say that I was the Alice of the Marvel Universe. Backtrack. Here by backtrack, Robert simply means to go back. He's bringing up events from the past and creating a narration with them that will set the context for the question he will ask. In a more conventional sense, if you backtrack on something, you change an opinion or a promise you made. Then Robert says he thought of himself as being the Alice holding up the Marvel Universe. Atlas, although the main definition of atlas is a book containing maps, especially the world map, the whole world, he makes a reference to Greek mythology, where the god Atlas is seen holding the world on his shoulders. If you'd asked me in 2008, 9, 10 how I felt about it, first of the question word how connects to the pronoun I, how I. Next, the A in about is usually weak, so we say about, not about. Furthermore, it will often link to the preceding word. Let's see a couple. How I feel about it. How I feel about it. And the same happened in what Robert said. The A from about is connected to the T from felt. So it almost sounds like one word. Felt about it. Felt, felt about it. Felt about it. Felt about it. Finally, this T becomes an American T and links to the function word it. So all together, how I felt about it, 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 how I felt about it. They should erect a shrine in my honor, blah blah blah. I got to be the front man in a band that was gonna be in the Hall of Fame no matter what. A shrine is a holy place which is dedicated to a holy person or god. These are both shrines. If you erect a building, you construct it. Robert Downey Jr. is figuratively saying that back in 2010, he thought he was so important to Marvel that they should treat him as a saint or a god. In a band, the frontman is usually the lead singer of the group. It's a person who we identify most with the band, like Bono from U2 or Axel from Guns N' Roses. In a different context, like a business, it is the person who represents an organization and works to make its image more appealing to the public. The Hall of Fame is an institution honoring the achievements of individuals in a particular activity or field. So he's saying that the movie was going to be successful even if he didn't get involved in it. That's what he means by no matter what. We now take a look and break down how he says this. That's we're gonna be in the Hall of Fame no matter what. As you may know, oftentimes to facilitate fluent speech, we say going to a scholar. That's we're gonna be in Hall of Fame no matter what. In the same way, we connect other words like Hall of Fame as Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Here's an example of this common case of words that end in double L, linking with the following of Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Finally, if you try to mimic Robert, you would pronounce the last word, plosive as what, stop T. That was gonna be Hall of Fame no matter what. I think everybody wise up for the most part, getting the jobs they're supposed to get, and the rest of it is sound grabs and crepes and why isn't this happening for me? And I only get the stuff he turns down. What other common phrasal verb we do use instead of wind up, end up? So sour grapes is a person who has a negative attitude because someone else has something they cannot have themselves or because they are angry for having lost a contest of competition. It's really kind of more of a worldview. Worldview, this is someone's opinions and attitudes relating to the world and things in general. There was a part of me that was saying my worldview has to change. If I was to really have a shot, if I'm not on my side for this going my way, what should anybody else be? We use the phrase there was or there is a part of me when we describing how we felt or feel in certain situation. Also, as you see in this example, you can use this to describe two opposing feelings that you have. So after saying there's a part of me, you will say there's another part of me. What does he mean by this? If I was to really have a shot, an opportunity. Great. A shot is another way to say an opportunity. We say this as a get a shot at something or have a shot at something. If you are on someone's side, you support them. If something goes your way, it happens in a way that benefits you. So by this, Robert means that if he doesn't support himself in being successful, why should anyone else support him? You have a new one on the way. A child is on the way is what a couple might say when they're expecting a baby. Another common expression is to say that one is expanding. Then Robert makes a joke by saying they keep cranking them out. To crank something out means to produce a lot of something very quickly. Good for you. Well, they are cute ones. I don't blame you. We say good for you when we want to congratulate someone or to say that they are doing the right thing. Then Ellen says, I don't blame you. This is something we say when we think that someone's actions are understandable because there's a good reason for them. That's gotta be exciting. Let's learn some Canadian speech with this utterance. She said, gotta be, gotta be. The T here becomes an American T, like we saw before, gotta be. The same thing happens with the T and exciting. So exciting, not exciting, exciting. That's gotta be exciting. And I saw the pictures of Vanity Fair with Aston and his Precious. Precious is a loving way to refer to a baby or small child. You can also use this to directly talk to a child. The same definition applies to Sweetie. Well, I was so excited that he actually finally was in frame and smiling. When you are filming or taking a picture, if a person or thing is in frame, it means you can take a picture of them or film them because they've correctly positioned for it. It's a good one. Yeah, that's a keeper. Keeper. Nadies uses term all the time. A keeper is something worth keeping or that's having a value for you to want to preserve it. The missus says we are done. Robert here is saying they are done to mean that they won't have any more children. More generally, we say this to mean simply we're finished with something. The missus says we are done. This is an endearing way a man might refer to his wife to other people. So instead of saying my wife, you could say the missus. Okay, that's it.